Welcome to Rules of Redemption, where this is a shit show, but we're playing anyway.
Welcome to Rules of Redemption Plague Edition.
Anyway, the Samuel Adams virus.
We joked about that. We did joke about that.
Throwing it back to
Nice.
that.
Very nice.
Goodness, yes. The Sam Adams virus has struck, and we are all stuck. So we decided let's have an off session. Yay!
Okay, because I've got my medicinal whiskey,
Good.
my medicinal ginger cocktail.
Does anyone have ivermectin? My mom has some extra. Just kidding. I'm so sorry.
Just stir it up.
Janine's face just was delightful there. No, I'm not kidding. I wish I was.
I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised.
No. Yeah. So previously on Rules of Redemption, we did the sea ghost thing, and it was greatly successful. Really successful.
Surprisingly well, except I realized that my trident's still in the ocean.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna go get that.
Son of a bitch.
I will still get that this morning. Don't worry.
Quick sim.
Boyfriend fail.
Boyfriend who can swim down there and get it real easy. Boyfriend will do this.
Does boyfriend know what's in the water?
No? Does boyfriend care?
Does boyfriend even have a slight idea of where the ship had been anchored?
Yes. Yes. So, boyfriend
We're going
almost
to have...
locate object for that specific purpose. But then, so, it was my plan like 3 sessions ago when she lost the trident to prepare locate object, and then we leveled up like later and I forgot. So,
and then he lost his virginity and forgot.
Virginity is not a spell that we can have either. So
That's another one. They faded to black.
Restoration.
restoration.
Regeneration. Oh no, she's got to bring a regeneration. What? Never mind. I don't want to go back to that question.
It can last a very long time. That's the end. So yeah. So then we put the prisoners in different places. Akir and Tara interrogated the prisoners. Mina and Atreus went and had sex. And then Mina and Atreus had nightmares. Atreus woke up with claw hands. And now we're figuring out where we're going from here.
Super fun.
So for the sake of the recording and everyone else, Janine, have you read Atreus's nightmare?
I did.
Okay. Would you two like to actually read out your nightmares?
Sure.
Ooh, we can read our nightmares.
Here it is.
I can.
Nightmare can go first because Mina's is actually quite short.
If I can find it again. All right. Just one question about a typo you had.
Yeah.
You said sleep passing death, and then I matters. Do you mean it doesn't matter? Were you just repeating the form that you had done in this first paragraph?
Yes, I had been repeating the form, so
Cool.
just go back and check it.
Sorry,
Good to know.
Hashtag editor problems.
You.
Okay, sleep, trance, darkness. It doesn't matter what you call the time where your mind and body separate so that you can recover what you have lost. But this night was different for Atreus. He had not felt the intervention of his god like this in over a century. Sleep, passing, death. It doesn't matter what you call the time when your mind, body, and soul are finally severed from one another and sent hurtling through the plains. The scales and the sword, that which weighs and that which severs. These are the tools of Eusidium. Atreus finds himself upon a golden disc, 4 chains on 4 corners of the circle. Circles don't have corners, his subconscious breathes. He blinks and sees himself in the near distance, standing hunched on a mirrored golden disc. The shadows obscure his face, but in his heart, Atreus knows who or what it is. The golden sword that reached up into the sky sinks lower into the mist-obscured earth 1,000 feet below. The shaking of the sword rattles the chains, and both of Atreus feel themselves quake. The hunched figure looks up and stares into Atreus' soul. The teeth are long, the eyes are hollow, the skin is pale, the hands are sharp. Atreus' heart pangs heavily in his chest, and its words ring so loudly he can almost hear them. This is his destiny. The sword shakes again, falling closer to the mist below. Atreus can see that amidst the clouds are creatures, hungry and vile. He sees the face of a hideous monster break free from the grasp of a vapor and snarl at him. The face, a twisted and horrific mockery of Bjorn, covered in fur, its ears pulled and twisted to points, its body gaunt and covered with patches of withering hair and fleshy wings that could not possibly keep the creature aloft. And yet its own derision for the monster it has become seems to drive it forward. It opens its fanged maw and takes a breath. The air pulls Atreus, and the scales begin to tip. Atreus is brought closer to the mist while his curse is lifted towards the freedom of the sky above. Now closer, Atreus sees the monsters and the men he has slain in service to Eusidium. The innocent grasp at him, calling for his blood. The shadows of the undead are tethered but to the cursed scale by thin silver threads that shimmer as a single strand of a spider's web in the dew-soaked morning. The 2 sides wage war around the golden blade, searching, scratching, calling for justice and seeking vengeance. The voice of his god, a voice that haunts Atreus' past, but has been so long forgotten that it was just a feeling rather than a memory, begins to speak from somewhere above the pommel of the sword. Your fate is sealed. You were offered service or the monster. Continue to defy your calling and you will be consumed. Atreus feels something within him change. He licks the familiar fangs that had once startled him, no difference. He touched his ears, but they remained the same small points he'd inherited. He pulls his hands away to find that they have transformed into claws. Use my gifts and blessings to end the foes of the natural cycle. Restore the balance. I gift this to you in defiance of what you may become. Drain the life of your victims for my name's sake and prolong the use of your soul. The boy is traumatized.
All right. Well.
It was way better with you reading it than me writing it. So.
Thanks for that.
I really had to sneeze the whole time, and I didn't. I'm proud of myself.
Editing.
Okay. Okay. So Mina's stream is a little shorter. Okay. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get through it. The blue-green haze is beautiful as Mina stares up from beneath the water. The sun sparkles and dances in the calm waves that wash a few feet above her. She smiles as the bubbles slowly trickle out of her nostrils and zigzag to the surface as little white pearls of light. Casually, she moves further and further away from the yellow light above. Mina basks in the serenity of the depths, fully aware of the claw wrapped around her ankle. She embraces the slow, gentle tug that continues to pull her further from the surface into the darkness. Her eyes never break their connection with the light, even as her last pearl escapes her mouth and dances away into the distance. The world is silent. The salty water is now tasteless. The shimmer above has become nothing more than a dull memory of what once was. Finally, she looks away from what is lost and is in her dying moments, reaches over her shoulders to feel a pair of fangs pierce into the numbness, burying themselves into the pair of calluses on her neck. The world turns red, and then it fades to black.
You made it.
I made it.
That was impressive.
I'm kind of curious for Amelia, just a little metagame here. Have you ever clicked on Vampiric Brawler
No.
in your feats list?
Apparently, you should have.
You probably should click on that.
Say what now?
At the bottom of your features and traits?
Yeah. I went over all the things that she has now.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
So along with this leveling up to level 5, each of them got a something new. So
Something blue.
Oh, I forgot to long rest. I still
should
am
do that.
missing level. I mean, the second level spell slot, right?
yes, so long rest and then mark off a second level slot.
Cool.
Yeah.
So obviously Atreus now has claws, which gives him the ability to grab hold of someone as long as he has an empty hand and makes a touch attack or unarmed strike.
Mhm.
Because of the dream predicting Mina's future, she now has resistance to necrotic damage.
Ta-da.
I decided it kind of works like a vaccine. She got a little dose and now she's resistant to it.
Exactly.
You inoculated her.
He inoculated up her? Nope.
She has an STI.
we didn't make a baby. We made defense against necrotic damage.
Oh my god.
Handy. Useful.
Yeah. Based on the incredible roleplay that Tara has been doing with all of her, how do I say this? No, we're just going to go with interrogations. She has been given the feat skilled and proficiency with intimidation, investigation, and insight. So she is a very, very proficient in the art of interrogation now. And then Akir was gifted the feat of observant, I believe. So he's been doing a wonderful job with his perception and his watching everything and his general wisdom and insight as a group grandpa. So group uncle.
Oh.
A wise uncle.
He's not that old, okay?
No, he is by far the youngest party member. And therefore, I felt that was an appropriate boon as we have ended the beginning introductory section of our story. And we are now ready to dive deeper into the pangs of Saltmarsh.
I'm just like giggling because I'm like, wow, Tara and Akira got gifts for being so cool. And Mina and Atreus got things because they're angsty chaos couple.
Look, this is what happens when you have sex outside of marriage. So
you get gifted with necrotic defense.
STIs.
yep.
Oh my god, they're not.
So,
Oh,
I
no.
hope you learned from this. And all of you watching at home, just get married. That's
I learned nothing.
Oh.
We're gonna have to put a trigger warning or like a parental guidance warning on this episode so that people don't go thinking that having sex outside of marriage gives you like claws and resistance to necrotic damage.
Yeah.
valid. Yep.
Don't go do things to get claws. Okay?
Yep.
Just your nails real long, guys.
We just got
Speaking of a Manny Petty, Amelia got a very nice manicure this week.
And to be fair, it's like getting clawed.
idea? Is that what gave you the idea as I came back with these long nails?
No.
Mm-hmm. Sincerely doubt that.
I just it's rude.
You may or may not have done it to yourself.
I did this to myself. Great.
It was rude. It was rude.
Perfect.
Self-sabotage, the DM's best friend.
So,
We're going to pick up with Akir and Tara's last few moments. They interrogated our good friend Fal Frithoff and found that he did have at least a little bit of knowledge that was useful. He owned up to the hiring person of the slave trade to be Gellin, Prime Water, and showed them that the only actual evidence other than his own personal testimony would be the contracts written in invisible ink on the back of the maps. So with Tara's keen investigation skills and her newly acquired monocle of minute seeing, she was able to find the scratch marks that indicated something indeed had been written on the back of the maps. And she is very aware of the invisibility that it takes to create such an ink. And then everybody wakes up.
Wait, I had one more question. Because I wanted to know if Fal was a part of the Sea Princes.
Oh no. They do their own thing.
Very well. We'll be comfortable here until we confirm your information.
As comfortable as anyone in chains will ever be.
Is it like this is a break, so there's a locked door, right?
Yeah.
Right. I asked Tara to unlock him then, so that he can, move about in his
the cabin
cage instead of being chained.
The captain has removed the seatbelt sign.
I guess. I'm sure.
Ding.
Your stewardess is now serving malt beverages.
Such service.
Oh man.
So if it's the next morning, Mina has cried in the hallway. Akira has caught Mina crying in the hallway because she's like, Atreus' god is rude, basically.
And Akira's like, yeah, he's a dick. We should probably kill him, but
Did he kill a god? I genuinely thought that Akira was gonna like come punch Atreus for making Mina cry.
Akira almost ran through that door. Like, he was this close to just like bursting through that door and ignoring what Mina was talking about.
Yeah, being like, screw you. What did you do? I was just like reading this like, oh no.
Here we go. Here it comes.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get punched. Take him in while he's down. Fine.
Bludgeoning damage.
I gotta
start the day with bludgeoning damage.
Peter and I were talking about, we were a little sad that the DM broke so quickly playing.
They were ready to waterboard him.
We wanted to mess with him a little bit more, threaten him, torture him a little.
I was gonna with my decanter of endless water.
They were ready to choose chaos.
To be fair, Akira would have just threatened. He wouldn't have done any of the torturing. He's all talk.
See, I really was expecting you to try and find another way to get the information out of him, not just like take and make the deal.
It's that high intimidation.
Yep. I mean, you wrap a chain around a dude's neck while he's chained to a wall in a brig. That'll do it.
Akira was on the brink of trying to stop her. It's very close, but it worked. So then he was just like, "Okay, we're done here."
Exactly.
Good cop, bad cop, as the day is long. It's perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are you guys doing next?
Well, guess we said we were meeting Akira for breakfast down at the tavern, so that's at least we're regrouping for now.
Yep.
Akira is down in the tavern waiting.
Is Tara coming?
Tara will be with Akira waiting.
And I guess we're going downstairs, meeting at the tavern.
I whisper over to Tara before they come down, just a heads up. think Atreus might have claws or something now. I'm not sure.
Wow. From what?
We're gonna find out.
Did they do something?
Roll up, hey guys.
What is that look? Did they do something?
What? So what's for breakfast?
What's that staring at you?
Captain, are you trying to draw attention to it?
They made love.
Yeah.
Why are you blushing? It's roleplay.
She's really in character.
I turned her and I was laughing. I turned red when I laughed. Shut up.
Normally pale Atreus is now bright pink.
Like trying to be like, to be fair,
Didn't know
this,
you could blush.
this has nothing to do with that.
Two entirely separate events.
Very, very separate
And
events.
confirm.
I don't know. I've never been with a Dhampir. I don't know what happens when you're aroused.
Not that.
Stuff starts popping out of your fingers, apparently.
Not this.
This is not the time or the place.
Okay.
Right.
Not
How was the interrogation? Good? Was it great? Maybe we shouldn't talk about it here, but moving on.
We've determined we need someone who can find and read invisible ink. That's what we'll say here.
Spell an illusion. That's what I need.
Got no magic whatsoever.
pretty sure I can't. I can? Really? Wait a minute.
You need to learn your third level spells.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, I said third level spells now. Hi.
But yeah, I forgot. You're like much further in the magic than I am.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm having a moment here. What would... Did I even do my spell?
Oh, you've got Revivify. That's a nice spell.
Yeah, but I only have one diamond though. That's not enough. I don't know what would help me read that though.
Not read it.
Or dispel it. Would lesser restoration?
Do you not have dispel magic?
I thought I did, but I don't.
You should be able to change it out because cleric magic is all prepared, so you know all the spells you know. You would just have to go and prepare it.
Switch, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking about do you currently have it prepared, but you do have
Yeah.
access
Yeah.
to stuff.
Okay, so dispel magic would be what I would have to do for
Yes.
this.
Yep.
That would also then allow council people to read it too, right? Not just us, which is what we
Correct.
really want.
So, I mean, I'm well rested. Can I swap that out for the one third level spell that I was able to choose?
Sure.
Yay.
Suggest before you do anything, maybe we should wait until we are in front of the council so they can see it. What do you think?
I mean, would it,
What happens if we get jumped or attacked and someone has access to that information before we can give it into the correct hands?
We might want to talk to Eldritch. What's his name?
Eliander.
That's his name. We might want to talk with Eliander first and get the size of him and whether he will be on our side. If we think he is, show it to him first.
Well, I say we go sooner than later.
Do you think it's wise to try to bring someone else onto our side instead of just go to the whole council together and prove? Because if it says his name, that's pretty hard evidence that it's Gellin. So why would we try? I mean, they would.
In that situation, we don't know how prepared Gellin will be. He could be more prepared than the other council members who would not know that we have evidence against him.
Pretty sure we could take him. He wears a green silk scarf.
Ascot.
But you don't know who he might have
What's the
prepared
difference
with him.
between an ascot and a scarf, okay? Yeah.
You got a girlfriend now. You better step up your fashion game.
Oh.
I
No.
could take him. And his ascot too. I'll take the ascot right off his neck and wear it myself.
I mean, unless he shows up with, the town guard, in which case, no, you're right. It makes sense to talk to Eliander. Sorry.
If we can march in there with the town guard and arrest Gellin on the spot, we'll be in the power position.
That's true.
All right. So
All right.
to Eliander.
Let's go find him.
He'd be at the barracks.
No.
It was a something watchtower. Cool watchtower?
Not well. Well, he had said we could find him. He had said something specifically, and now I don't remember what it was.
You know?
Me either.
You said the barracks. I wrote it down.
I know.
Roll history or something to remember.
But the DM has to
The
remember.
DM needs to
The
remember first.
DM is
DM
busy
rolled
searching through his book.
I said the barracks in my book.
Oh, yeah. So that was a.
I literally just wrote that like last weekend.
Yeah. He can be, so he originally said he could be found in the barracks. One of the things that Akir learned in his things is that he doesn't work from the barracks. He actually works out of the watchtower.
Okay.
I knew I remembered the whole watchtower for some reason.
Nice. We're off to talk to Eliander.
I'd say let's go to the watchtower.
Okay.
There we go. The Hool Watch Tower. Okay. So
The people
four of
watching the
you-
Hool.
they watch the Hool Marsh. Yeah. So the four of you make your way through the streets that are starting to become a familiar sight. It's just a little after dawn, so the whole city is starting to begin to be alight with noise and movement. There's a general excitement about the docks, more so than the usual, as they have discovered that there's a ship kind of anchored out in a distance from the town. But it hasn't stopped any of the fishermen who've been out for 4 and 5 hours at this point. As you get closer, this 60-foot tall tower serves as both an armory and a lookout for the town guard. This is definitely the place where Eliander would be, where he holds his offices as the commander of the guard. The bricks and stones that make this tall tower are old and cracked. This was obviously the single first defensive building here in Saltmarsh. Right outside the main entrance is a board of job postings. So it looks like that whenever there's something that the town guard would like accomplished but do not have the manpower to do, they do put a few jobs around for the local adventurers. There are a pair of guards sitting outside the main entrance of the Hool Watch Tower.
Greetings, gentlemen.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Looking for what is name?
Eliander.
Oh, you're the Leviathan.
That I am.
And Atreus and Akir and Mina. Oh, we've heard about all of you. You're quite famous here in town now.
In a good way, I hope.
Well, they look at each other. You drove the bandits out of the old haunted house. You solved the ghost problem, the haunting of the haunted house. It's not haunted anymore.
Yeah.
And,
Indeed. Is Eliander here?
oh, I'm sure he's upstairs somewhere. He's always here early in the morning. Is it true you spent 40,000 gold pieces of Ida's money in the market last week?
Might be a little Drew.
They
We
look
weren't
at each
keeping
other.
track. We didn't ask questions.
Oh, she's gonna be so mad. She's got to be fuming. Oh, that serves her right. She's so old. What is she gonna do with all that money, anyways? You put it back in the town. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That is what we do.
I like this guy.
They both kind of like hold out their hands to shake hands with all of you.
Just give them a normal handshake.
Yep.
Yep. They shake Akira's claw and just fascinated. Like, you are obviously now local celebrities.
I like these boys. They appreciate, a hero when they see one.
Yeah. So it is very urgent then that we talk to Eliander. We can just go.
Yeah, absolutely. Go on up. Not a problem. Knock. Don't just barge right in. He doesn't like that. But third, fourth floor. He just kind of points up to the top. So it kind of, the chess piece that's the tower, the rook or whatever it's called.
Yes.
That's kind of what this tower looks like. It's very simple, very basic in that way. All the lower leveled windows have bars on them, but the window he's indicating is basically just one level below the parapets at the top.
Go up. Very awkward. It's like, no, you were talking to me.
Good day.
Thank you, handsome. See you on my way out.
They start like elbowing each other. She's talking to me. No, she's talking to me.
Leviathan.
You're such a tease. She knows it too.
While the inside of this tower is, while the outside is old and crumbled, you can tell that the interior is taken care of extremely well. It may just be the introductory job of all the new guards, but it is spick and span in here. You can see that there's a level that goes down into some sort of basement, and the first floor has, as I said, windows all around. There's a small desk with a couple of gnomes writing furiously, and a set of winding stairs that go up to the next level.
I start going to the stairs.
Going. He doesn't look up.
I'm just like beelining it for the stairs.
Don't go up there. Where are you going? Don't go up there.
To talk to Eliander? It's very important business.
Whose business is it?
Eliander's.
The town's.
Does he know who you are?
We don't really have a group name at this point. Just tell them, the people from who unhaunted the haunted house are here. I'm sure he'll figure it out.
Ghost hunters.
He takes off his copper spectacles, kind of holds them in his hand, and you see a quick little gesture with his finger as he points up to the ceiling. And then Anyone who knows magic knows he just casted a spell. Then he puts his little copper spectacles back on. You can go up.
Thank you.
No.
Be on your way, don't cause any trouble.
All right, bye.
Do we look like trouble?
We always look like trouble.
So the stone staircases travel the length of this tower. You pass through a couple other rooms where people are working. No one else really seems to mind you. If you've gotten past the front guards and the front gnomes, then you obviously must belong here. As you get to the third and final story of these winding paths, you find a pair of double wooden doors. They are actually exquisitely made. They have a very dark brass. It's almost blackish as the frame. So it's got rivets in it that hold the whole thing together, and two large knockers.
Why, thank you, Doctor. You've never seen that movie. Okay, never mind.
I will knock.
Are you using the knockers or just? The sound is actually quite beautiful.
Knocker now.
I'll grant that. That's what happens after you have sex once.
Hey, it's it's realistic.
It's actually quite a beautiful sound. The tones of the metal on metal, and it resonates throughout the whole thing. And you hear Eliander's voice. Come in.
I'll hold open the door for the ladies.
He does like an Aragon moment.
Nope, I'm not Aragorning this time.
This time,
My hubris has been knocked down significantly. I'm just holding open the door for the ladies.
Knock down a pig.
Mina touches his cheek to boost his ego.
Nice.
Yeah. Flustered.
Hi.
Oh man, I forgot that wanted to do a whole different voice for this guy.
Oh.
That's all right. I'll save that one. It's okay. Ah, yes. What are all of you here for?
You've caught your ghost.
Fantastic. What's his name? He has eyes that are eager, and he is just waiting for one specific word to come out of your mouths right now.
When we give you a name, what will you do with it?
Arrest them. Obviously. Hang
Inside
them
check.
if so they deserve.
Even if it's someone in power.
Yes.
Can I insight check him?
I just incited with a 23.
What?
I incited and got a 23.
He is fully convinced it's Gellin and will absolutely take down Gellin. If it was someone else, say if it was Manistrad, he might change his tune, but he is pretty sure he knows who it is, and he's ready to wreck this person.
I can say with confidence, your assumption is correct. Gellin Primewalter has been facilitating all of this, and we have proof.
Please share.
Eager beaver.
I'm gonna pull out my little map name, have it, roll it. I'm guessing I've been able to dispel magic, so I have a friend who is able to.
And I cast Dispel Magic on the map.
All of you watch as the invisibility melts away as if you had poured water over ink, and it reveals a series of bullet points for a contract. And at the bottom of that contract is the signature of Gellin Primewater and the signature of Captain Sigurd. snake eyes. One thing you were not expecting is it also has the seal of the sea princes upon it. A quick glance through as Eliander just goes from gleeful. I mean, it's hard. He's an old veteran war hero, but his linguistic capabilities do show his full-bodied person and personality. But he goes from glee to a little bit of fury and anger, as he was really hoping to catch Gellin and remove him from power, and instead he has uncovered this deep plot, because among the things are, as you all know, slaves being transported, weapons, and there are elements where Gellin even was having his own ship robbed, and also a few vessels of the Keeland army being poached and resold. This is
everything you were expecting.
This is far worse than anything I was expecting. How deep does this treachery go? This is not just lining his own pockets. It's against the kingdom.
Yes.
He will hang in the capital for this.
Yeah, we have to catch him first.
That should not be a problem.
Why would he have hired us if he knew we could figure this out, though?
He must have assumed you would burn the ship, or that you would not have survived. He must not have in any way figured that you would actually find and bring back proof.
Or he's already gone.
Yeah.
He was at the gala last night.
He might have assumed that we killed everyone in that mansion, not known that we didn't.
We should probably move quickly on this because he's going to figure it out rather soon.
I would say it would be wise to post guards at the secret tunnel below his mansion and at his mansion and at the port in case he tries to make an escape.
Any move we make, it has to be everything and all at once.
Let
Give
us
me
know
10.
help.
I am going to call a meeting of the council with hopes that he is able to. He will actually show. This is. Meet at the courtyard end of the council hall. Keep your weapons on you.
Always.
Did you rescue the slaves?
Yeah.
Every one of
Good.
them. And a stowaway.
Was this stowaway important? It does not matter now. We can discuss all of that later. What matters now is justice. And you see him turn around and grab a helmet off of the wall, slip it over, and his horns fit perfectly within it. Yeah. And
The lady, very Wagner.
very, very beautiful. And then he reaches down and grabs a sword and axe that are tethered together, and they just slide very gently into his belt. And then he says, please go. I will be only but a moment behind you.
Okay.
Will we turn and go?
Into the courtyard. I don't have time to stop. It's not, the docks aren't on the way. I mean, it would be too far to swim out to the sea ghost anyway and get Mina's trident.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
figure it out. It's fine.
I'll do it. That'll be my lunchtime expertise.
I mean, a trident is like 2 gold, maybe 8 gold. Just
She said that was special. Her grandma gave it to her or something. Like,
Grandma
It's a
wasn't
great-
very nice though.
okay, it was.
Atreus could just buy her a new one. It'll be cute.
Just buy her a magic one and it'll make it all better.
there you go.
We have money now. Like, how much money do we actually have? My character sheet still says nothing.
I think the captain has all of our money.
It's yeah. Hey, Captain. Hey,
Money, please.
bank of
We need
Walmart.
paychecks.
How much? Can I have money to buy my girlfriend a weapon?
I don't know. I think actually, yeah, you're right. I think I have all the money.
Yeah, we put those gold chests in your bag of holding because they were very heavy.
Ugh.
I'm the only one who could carry all that money. Please.
This is valid.
After we deal with Gellin, we're gonna go to a bank and like
Give me up the money so I can get gold bricks
gold
out.
bars turned gold pieces. We'll divvy it up after Gellin. To the courtyard.
By the time you get to the courtyard, you see Anders has just arrived in a coach. So as the door steps out, Anders ducks his head. I'm not gonna change for every single one of these unless you want to engage them, but I do have all my costuming here, headgear, whatever. You love it. Stop it.
I do love it. I think you're cute.
Thank you. And following behind him is an elderly gentleman hunched over, using a cane to get out of the carriage with him. And he appears to be a butler as he kind of rolls back up the stairs and closes the door behind him and just stands hunched over as what's his name? Anders it signals to all of you.
Looking for a guy with a cane.
What'd you say?
I'm sorry.
Weren't we looking for a guy with a cane at one point?
Okay.
Looked like the guy that I saw walking on the street.
Make a history check.
Nope, it does not.
No, the dice looks like it's on a 17. Hold on. No, it disappeared.
Do you want me to roll a real die for you? I will give you my
The dice
lucky
had a 17 show it face up, and then it's like you rolled a 3.
Yep. That happened to me. It got stuck in the corner of my screen, lopsided.
Do you want
And
lucky dice?
Does D&D Beyond not know that that's a reroll?
apparently not. It's been really rude about these sort of things. Yeah. Do it. I'll take it.
Wait, a reroll?
Oh, no,
My-
he's got it.
my-
He's got dice in front of him.
My reroll is a 17.
Only a history check because he was looking for a guy with a cane, but we weren't around for that conversation, so we wouldn't know that.
But you wouldn't know this person. I was the only one who saw him.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the guy has the same general skin tone. The same height, give or take 2 or 3 inches. He looks older than the gentleman that you followed, and he's wearing butler's clothes. So, I mean, kind of.
Maybe, but not
Does
really.
he have a limp?
He definitely has a limp. He is using this cane out of necessity.
So it's possible.
So maybe.
Not likely, but possible.
Totally possible. I'm sorry. I'm just going with the characters that they have given me in the module. So Anders kind of tips his glasses to all of you and starts heading towards the front steps of the court. the council building, where Ida walks out and she looks at all of you with derision. Just
Good.
she takes a deep breath and composes herself. So the heroes have returned.
Yes, thank you for all of your help.
I'm glad you used it well.
Everything was put to great use.
How much did we actually spend? I know the guard said like 40,000, but I didn't think it was going to be that high.
It was like,
I guess we never actually saw the price tag of the mithril, did we?
Mm-mm.
She's like staring daggers at me, and I'm just like, what?
Nina with her shiny new armor.
I don't know what you're talking about.
the phrase was that I grew up really poor phase of like, I got it up over on the rich people, and that's my favorite thing ever.
Yeah. Mina's armor is something close to like 2,000 gold.
I don't know.
It's not crazy. The sending stones were 500-ish. The goggles were like 300 to 500. The Dragon Slayer rapier was about 5,000. So you know, it wasn't 40,000 gold. It was about 10,000 gold.
That's still
Yeah,
great.
I guess that's my sword was the most expensive part.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Doesn't love us.
I respect dragons, but I also need more power to kill them.
If she didn't want us to spend her money, she shouldn't have given us blank check.
She should just be happy that we didn't try and buy a boat.
I don't know what the problem is here, honey.
Sorry.
Where is Eliander?
Find us.
He called us. She looks at Anders. Where is he? And Manistrad comes up and she's riding a pony, and it's kind of funny just seeing this very, very dirty dwarf, because it's only mid-morning and yet she is already covered in soot and grime. She takes off her helmet, and although covered in sweat, it's very clear where the soot and grime of the mines have caked on her face, and she was covered, and she just kind of huffs. What's next? What's the problem this time? And in about that moment, you see Eliander and a small platoon of Marines walking along with Gellin. Eliander and Gellin are walking side by side, and the Marines are following behind him in an organized little column.
Very suspicious. Mina's hand's just gonna go down her axe, just in case.
Nothing?
Perception?
Can I insight check that formation? Like,
Absolutely.
11 plus 8. Yeah.
Plus 8?
Insight? Yeah.
It's a gnarly insight.
Y'all are
She's
way
got a
over
maxed out wisdom.
Yeah.
I also just rolled terrible again on D&D Beyond, so
He's going.
Skill dice. I can't with D&D Beyond right now. I mean, I love D&D Beyond, but I don't like their rolling bot. It's not been nice to me.
It is really rude.
But I'm thankful for everything else it offers.
The dice bot loves Mina, and that's really all that matters.
Sometimes, unless she's trying to, like, chase somebody.
Well, yeah.
Unless he's trying to run.
That's what I was rolling for you.
Mina doesn't run, apparently.
Some of us don't run. It's fine.
All right, we're gonna get her a cloak of just like teleport, and she goes,
Whoosh.
"Yo, I'm here." Okay, we're good now.
Run. I just show up.
The party doesn't start until Mina walks in. And she does indeed walk in.
Walk in.
Not running in.
Well, in that same fashion, Gellin walks in. He makes his way through the gate with the utmost esteem and pride, with arms outstretched towards you all. So you all have done it. You have captured the sea ghost, saved us from the pirates. Well done. Well done, all of you.
Why, thank you.
I believe your reward is 300 gold, correct?
Indeed, it is.
And you see Eliander step through with him, just kind of like quiet, and the Marines form a little line across the gate that would lead out of the courtyard.
Who's paying?
I believe that would be all of us. We have, how do you say, chipped in. So if you would be so kind, we'll all go up to the courtyard, up to the council chambers.
But it's such a beautiful day. We should just stay out here, take in the fresh air, really celebrate this victory in the sun.
He looks a little confused, but the money is inside.
You can go get it. We'll be right here.
He looks a little bewildered, as if you're really talking to him as if you're above him. And he looks at the other council members. Shall we retire? And Ida opens up the door while Manistrad and Eliander hold their positions. And you can just see Anders go one way towards the door and then take an awkward step back. Are we going in? And it is just a constant electricity between the five of them that is now suddenly very palpable. Manistrad slowly moves to stand next to Eliander, and Ida closes the door and goes to stand next to Gellin, as Eliander steps forwards with...
Timeout.
Yep. We lost one.
Got screaming children.
Oh.
Should I just leave the recording running?
Give it a few minutes.
I see a puppy.
Oh, go let Lila out.
Okay.
Beat
Is
us
this
both.
bio break time?
Sure. You can pause it then, Peter.
Okay, I'm pausing.